London's a great city for walking because although it's a world-class capital city, it's really underneath the city of villages. So it's a very human scale city to walk around. For about the last 5 years, TFL have invested over 5 million in these 7 routes. We have 2 more years to complete them, and thereafter they'll be available and maintained by the boroughs through which they run. The Strategic Walk Network has 7 different routes to follow. You can take a suburban stroll through the suburbs on the Capital Ring and the Green Chain. You can go on an urban amble through the centre of London on the Jubilee Walkway, or you can do a more challenging walk on the London Loop and have a rural roam around the urban fringe.
But the Greenway now runs all this way up to Hackney, going via, well now it goes via the Olympic site. We get people from other boroughs, people who are trying to knock out all of these walks before they finish up. So all sorts. You couldn't categorise it as any one group, young and old. The oldest gentleman is 86 that I've encountered. We've had babies in backpacks, so all sorts of people. Around here is probably my favourite. The Greenway, 3 Mills. We've now got the Olympic sites, an added bonus. And of course you've got the River Lee. As you keep walking, you can be out in the countryside.
Well, my favourite walk is through the City of London. It's one of the Jubilee walks, and it's a walk that starts in Paternoster Square, it goes through Fleet Street, and it ends up in Lincoln's Inn Field. So it's a walk that talks about print, it talks about power, and it talks about democracy and really the history of the written word and the history of the printing industry. I think it's most exciting because it not only tells you a lot about the history of London, but the architectural variety is really, really fascinating.
For those who want to go on the SWM walks, there's 2 main points to call first of all. The first of these is the Walk London website, and the second should be the TFL website. Now if users go to either of those sites, what they can get is information about the routes themselves, information about the routes that are in their local area. They can download information about the routes, and they can actually get the maps that allow them to go on the walks themselves. For those who haven't got email access or not access to the web, they can phone a helpline which is free to phone. They can get the maps sent to them and any other information they require. And for those really keen walkers, if they actually complete one of the routes, we'll actually send them a certificate free of charge which says they've completed one of the SWM routes. And obviously for those who do the loop, which is 150 miles long, that's quite an achievement.